What is happening to all my Virgos out there? How are y'all doing? I'm Nefera Blue Lotus, and this is my channel, Spiritual Insights and Solutions. Please make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you like the video as well. If you want more notifications as to when I'll be on next, just click the little bell next to the subscribe button and then you'll be notified, okay? This message is going to be for June 2020 for my Virgos out there, okay? So we're going to get it started and make sure that we get you all the messages that you guys need, okay? So first we're going to start with a little bit of tarot, okay? So what is it that Virgo needs to know for June 2020? Virgo, June 2020. Okay. We have Five of Swords energy. I have Hanged Man energy. Okay. And I also have Nine of Swords energy, okay? So I'm picking up on a lot of you Virgos energies. And I think that your relationships might be suffering a little bit with the Five of Swords. Things might be in conflict, especially it might be a conflict that you don't feel like with the Nine of Swords that you can resolve. And with the Hangman, it's been a situation where you feel like maybe you were stuck or maybe you were self-sacrificing as well. The Hangman also does represent Pisces energy, so some of you guys out there are dealing with Piscean energy, or maybe someone who you're at odds with is a Pisces. But also the Hanged Man is kind of a it's the card of enlightenment. It's sometimes we don't really know what we can gain from a situation, or we don't know how a situation serves us until we look at it from a different angle. Okay, and I think that with the Hanged Man, you guys were really trying to give a shot at maybe understanding someone else, giving someone a chance to communicate. But with the Five of Swords, okay, that's kind of like communication in terms of argument. So you might have tried to level with people who just want to argue with you or just want to argue back and forth. With the Nine of Swords, this probably has caused you a lot of grief. And to be honest, I've been getting Nine of Swords energy in a lot of the readings that I have been doing. Okay, so in our collective, we're dealing with a lot of mental stress, mental entrapment, not being able to get out of our heads, not being able to get out of our thoughts. And the world around us and people around us might be combative at this time when it comes to communication arguments. Maybe one side can't see the other side's way, and this is like people can't reconcile their differences, or people can't reconcile their beliefs. I feel like also that maybe you felt like you were trying to reconcile your beliefs and how you communicate with others, but it just might not have been working. And with the Hangman, you maybe have finally started to realize that. For some reason, the Hangman is reversed. So I think that you guys might have stuck around maybe too long in a situation where it just was not working out. That could be in the workplace, but that can also be with your prospective partner or the people who are around you a lot at this time. You might find yourselves at odds with others, okay? Not to worry, not to worry. It's all good. Let's look at the Fenestra Tarot. Okay. What do we have from the Fenestra Tarot? Ooh, there's a card that wants to come out. What does it say? We have the Lover's energy. Okay. So this could very well be love energy that we're talking about. When I look at this, I kind of see like just might be little lovers spats, lovers quarrels, things like that, not seeing eye to eye. Okay. I also think maybe a situation, maybe that there have been ongoing arguments. So it's not like just one argument. I feel like these arguments that you have been having or battles that you have been having have been like in succession. Like they've been one by one and they haven't stopped. That Hangman is kind of like that same energy pattern you've been kind of hanging around in. Okay. I have the Chariot and I have the Eight of Wands. Okay. So the Chariot is very opposite of this Hanged Man energy. Okay. The Hanged Man is about kind of like sticking in a situation to understand the higher meaning of it. But then we come to the place of the Chariot. Okay. So the Chariot is when things really move forward for us, and the Eight of Wands is about taking action, okay? And really, and also it is about rapid manifestation. So something comes in quickly, but you kind of have to take the reins here. I feel like, you know, sticking around in a situation to kind of self-sacrifice um, is not a good situation if that situation you don't get anything out of that situation. Okay, maybe you gain emotional fulfillment, maybe you gain some kind of honor or dignity um, by sacrificing yourself for a situation, but it is a sacred thing. Okay, sacrifice is supposed to be sacred, not just for the sake of. Okay, so with that Chariot energy in the Lovers, I feel like somehow it's time to make a different choice to really head down the road in balance. Have your resolve, okay? You have to make sure that different parts of yourself work together so that you can move forward. And I also feel like this Eight of Wands energy is kind of helping out too. I see a lot of back and forth communications, but I also see a a path chosen and a direction move forward. This could be that this situation kind of like helped you choose a path. I feel as though with maybe with a certain lover or a certain career path, you have been kind of like hanging around to see if you should still pursue something or still walk down the road or change directions. And I feel like you might have gotten the signs that you needed from these situations that you were not going to get what you wanted out of it. You know, you're going to have to change directions. You're going to have to do something differently. The Lovers is not just about um, love, it's about our choices and the choices that we make down the road. Okay. And the Chariot is actually moving down that road, that letting our energy take us to where we need to go. Okay. I also see movement and travel with the Eight of Wands in the Chariot. Some of you guys have been hanging around in a certain location. Excuse me. Some of you guys have been hanging around in a certain location, okay? That maybe you were like, okay, maybe I'll stay here and maybe I'll duke it out and see if this is going to be right for me. But I think there's a lot of chaotic energy, and it might be chaotic energy to get you to become uncomfortable so that you can choose another option or choose a way that is going to give you more power in the direction of which you're going instead of staying stagnant in this hanged man kind of position. Okay. I like the energy. It's very practical. I think that Virgos love practicality, so I think that you guys, I think you guys get it. I think you guys understand it. I don't really gotta say much, do I? Okay. I have the Sun energy here. Okay. Love the energy. Trying to move you into more of a positive time. That Nine of Swords energy is something that you do not want to sit in. It's overthinking. It's overanalyzing. Okay. And I know that I hate to pick on Virgos, but sometimes that happens, and that happens in a severe kind of way for Virgos, I'm noticing. Okay. I have the Star energy. Okay. Something's trying to pull you, like something's saying like don't lose hope. If you have to move in a different direction, okay, it's okay to move in a different direction. I know that you guys are really into like gathering data, making sure that you see every side of the situation before making a choice, and that's cool. But I think that you're gaining all the information that you need to. Okay. And Temperance. So you have all three. You have a lot of major arcana here. Okay, so not only that, but the universe is trying to move you towards something else. With this, the Temperance card is saying, you know, you need to temper some extreme. Something extreme is happening, and you need to bring the energy in a little bit, bring yourself back to your center a little bit, because this Chariot energy, you need both sides of yourself to really move forward in the direction that you want. Okay. With the Star energy, all right, this is on your path. This is your destiny. All right. Also, there's a healing that's trying to happen. There is something that's trying to happen in the cosmos. All right. That's getting you to shift your energy in some kind of way to give you that forward movement so that you don't stay stagnant. I feel like a lot of you are maybe in a place where you feel stagnant, or you're in a place where you're causing yourself to overthink and overanalyze. Okay, it might be the environment that you're in. I feel like the universe might be trying to change your environment, but you don't have to make it fit if it doesn't work, if it's not your situation. But The Temperance card, the Star, the Sun, there's more of a positive time for you on the horizon, but you kind of have to move toward it. You just like you have to get steps towards it. You have to move towards it. I feel like it's trying to happen rapidly. Okay, so don't be afraid if things change rapidly. As you change and as your choices and desires change, so will your direction and so will what is coming to you as well. Okay, so keep working on yourself with that Temperance card. All right. I feel like there is some patience that's required, but things are about to rev up. I feel like you had a lot of patience with the Hanged Man and with Temperance. That situation was just to really teach you something. It was to teach you something about yourself. I think that you've really learned a lot about yourself during this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't gain anything else from a situation where there's a lot of combativeness or there's a lot of disagreeing or people can't see eye to eye, you do learn a lot. Okay, so that Temperance card is just letting you know to bring everything back into the center, okay, so that you can move forward. Now, the Star energy is like time, so there's divine timing here at play, okay? There's divine timing. The Sun is just saying that it's time for you to be in a more enlightened state, a more state of happiness, a state of joy. Very opposite from the Nine of Swords energy that we see down here, where this person is in anguish. Okay, you're called to your present moment. Okay, I find that your reading was kind of like Gemini's reading. Okay, except there's more celestial energy here than it was with Gemini, but I feel like you guys have it a little worse because once you get into a pattern of thought, it's hard to come out of it. Or once um, something happens or something goes not in the way that you planned it to, then you guys kind of are really hard on yourselves. Okay, so I want you guys to know that just because you have to make a different choice, or just because you maybe overshot or maybe analyzed wrong, or maybe you were wrong about something, it doesn't even necessarily mean that you were wrong, but things change. So you have to allow things to change. Not all that you might have been right in that moment about a certain situation or something you were sacrificing for. You might have thought that sacrifice at that time was the right thing to do, and it might have been, but things changed. Okay, so as things change, you also have to be adaptable, and your sign is very adaptable. So I can see things, I see things shifting for you guys, and I see you guys kind of like going with the shifts as well. Okay, let's look at the Sacred Rebels Oracle. All right, Sacred Rebels, Sacred Rebels. Oop, there's a card that dropped. Let's see what it was. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. Okay, you have to take yourself out of your mind. You have to take yourself out of whatever is happening on the outside. You have to take yourself beyond what you're thinking, because beyond what you're thinking, like that's just the byproduct of how you're feeling, okay, in your heart. So beyond the mind, the heartbeats, you have to get your, with the Chariot energy, you have to get your heart and your head on the right rhythm. Okay, that Star energy, I know that it is trying to really bring you into equilibrium. It's trying to bring you into balance with that Temperance energy, but it's about the mind and it's about the heart. You can't move forward unless both of those things are in agreement. Okay, you have to be able to know that there's something beyond your mind. There's something beyond your thinking patterns. Okay, you're more than just your mind. You're more than being able to organize things, or you're more than being able to execute a plan. You're more than your intelligence. Okay, there's something deeper to you still that you have to, it's this piece. Okay, it's this silent awareness. Okay, you are part of the universe, and there's a whole universe inside of you as a person. Okay, so you have to kind of like know that, realize that, and then once you understand that and you start to bring that mental energy down, or bring that mental energy back into equilibrium by going into the heart space a little bit, you'll find some wonders happening. You'll find doors opening. I feel like there's a lot of things happening in succession for you guys with this Eight of Wands as soon as you snap those two energies back into alignment with each other. Okay, so now is really a time for you guys to work on your personal alignment and making sure that your words, your thoughts, and your emotions, feelings are on the same level. Okay, they're on the same, they're in agreement with one another. Okay. Whew. What else do we got here? Okay, let's look at the Akashic Tarot. Akashic Tarot. Give us some messages for Virgo. Give us some messages for Virgo, June 2020. Virgo, June 2020. Diversity. Okay. I like that. Some of you guys are maybe going back to school or... Okay, let's just keep going. I'm not going to guess. Reflection. Archangel Michael. Okay. So Archangel Michael is helping you out here. All right. I know that you guys really have to self-reflect, and that is the Virgo is attributed to the Hermit card. Okay. So that Hermit card, you have to start to self-reflect to see that you're more than whatever is going on at this point in time. You're more than whatever is going on in your head. Okay. That quiet reflection on who you really are can show you that you're a higher being, that you're a multi-dimensional being. Okay. And I think that now is the time for you to learn that, because as soon as you learn about your higher self, and as soon as you learn about who you are on the inside, it will open more doors for you. Okay. So you'll no longer feel trapped in a situation. You'll no longer feel like you're in something that's just going to be kind of like hellish. Okay. I feel like you guys have endured a lot of battles with the Five of Wands, and it's kind of getting to you mentally. But I also feel like Archangel Michael, that's a protector. So you can feel protected. Okay. You can feel protected by the presence of Archangel Michael. All right. Also, Archangel Michael gives you courage and gives you strength to be able to make the choices that you need to. All right. I see with Five of Scrolls, you're going to start to diversify. All right. You're going to start to see how things are connected with one another, and you'll be able to go different routes, go different avenues. You don't have to stick to just one thing. Okay. Right now is a good time for you to get into new things, diversify your portfolio. That's what I'm hearing. Diversify your portfolio. Learn new skills. Okay. You don't have to worry about being spread too thin. I think you guys can really handle it. With the Virgo, you guys are really smart. Y'all are real intelligent, and it's practical intelligence. And I feel like you guys are starting to bring some new awareness to this intelligence that is within you, and it'll encourage you to go in different directions. Okay, those rockets will start to go off for you soon enough. Right now, it just seems as though some reflection is needed, especially with the Hangman. If you have been sacrificing in a way that doesn't serve you, it's time for you to reflect on that. And if you made a quote unquote mistake, which there are no mistakes, maybe you acknowledge that things have changed and are not as they were, and maybe you need to do something different. Okay, maybe it's time for something different. Maybe it's time to branch out in ways that you didn't think that you could before, but you're getting the courage. And that's the most important part, is that you have to have that courage, and Archangel Michael is supposed to be helping with you with that. So you can call on that energy whenever you feel like you don't have the courage or the power to change. Archangel Michael is helping you with that right now. Okay. What else do we have? I think that's almost it. Where did my Kuan Yin oracle go? Oh, here it is. I lost Kuan Yin, you guys. I'm sorry. Kuan Yin, please give us a lovely message for Virgo. Give us a message for Virgo. Please give us a message for Virgo for June 2020. I'm going to take this one. I want to point attention to this moon here. That moon is about self-reflection, okay? I feel like you're coming out of that time of self-reflection, but this is kind of like to wrap it up. You're going to start to come to a conclusion about who you are. It's going to enlighten you. It's going to bring you into the light of truth, so that you are able to live your truth. You're able to step out. You're able to have joy. There's a blessing coming from this. You're also being watched. I feel like your soul is being watched. Your soul is being nurtured. Okay. I am going to read the back of the card so that you guys can get the message. Um, this is by Alana Fairchild. It says, in creating precious silks, there is a sorting process of sifting out that which is broken to find which is precious and pure. You are commencing a new cycle, and it's time to release that which does not align with your true heart. Choose to release all vows, agreements, and connections that no longer serve your highest good. Okay, and that's where Archangel Michael really does help us out in in helping us to release people, release connections that no longer serve us. I know that Virgos are very helpful beings, they're helpful creatures. They want to help everybody, but at the end of the day, you have to know where they fit in your life. These people that you're helping, or maybe you have put stock in a lot of people, you've been sacrificing, self sacrificing a lot. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that it's time to get back to yourself. It's time to get back to who you are. Okay, it doesn't mean that you are a selfish person. It doesn't mean that you need to feel guilty because of that. You are a bigger person, and you need to start to acknowledge these things, that you are more than what you can give to others. You're more than what you can do for others. You're more than that. You are being all upon yourself. Okay, so I think that this realization is going to start to come across to you more, and you'll be able to do things in more of a passionate way, and it'll be in a more, you'll experience more forward movement in your life. I do think that you guys were in situations with people that were holding you back and causing you a lot of anguish and grief. Okay, so that is being cleared out for you, but also know that when that happens, it's time to reflect, and it's time to see who you really are. Okay, with that, I think that's the end of you guys' messages. Thank you, Virgo, for joining me. Okay, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for clicking the notification bell. If you would like a reading for yourself, you can go to neferabluelotus.com. Also, I have goodies there. I have this Blue Lotus candle that is available for sale as well, so I can send you a Blue Lotus candle. I also have lapis lazuli pendants. They're wrapped in copper that I wrapped myself. Okay, so it's handmade goodies here. All right. So if you're interested in those, you can go to neferabluelotus.com. Okay. With that, I will see you guys later. This was Nefera Blue Lotus, and I'm signing off. Peace.